this film, this very important film, produced and directed by Andrew Rossi. Keep watching, more interviews, more celebrities, right here on the red carpet at Guildhall in East Hampton. Big champagne kisses.
Hello, I'm Terry Thompson from Prudential Douglas Elliman. Welcome to the Hamptons. What I love about my job is that every customer is completely different, and every day is a new experience. I chose Prudential Douglas Elliman mostly because of my love for Southampton. I visited 20 years ago and knew I was home. It was important to me to know that I was working with a company that had not only the technology and professionalism, but a company that would also allow me to think outside the box and be an individual.
I find her incredibly personable. I think she cares more about her job than many people I've ever met in any profession, and that makes a huge difference. There's such a sense of sincerity and happiness with the work that she does that it really is important that she makes the clients happy. And what kind of sale that materializes from that isn't as important as actually being able to do her job well and seeing people in the right sort of home.
So let me help you find your Hamptons dream. Call me, Terry Thompson, your key to the Hamptons.
Welcome back. I'm Cognac Wellerlane, and we are here at Guildhall in East Hampton for this very, very riveting film. And I'm here with one of the people that it made this all possible. Introduce yourself to the camera, doll.
I'm Stuart Match-Cerny, the chairman of the festival, president of Silver Cup Studios, one of the first founders of the Hampton Film Festival. And we're glad that you're all here, and you're all here for just an incredible summer program.
This is a very important summer program, one of the best you've had, I think, in so many years. Really, it has been quite influential. A lot of great films like Buck. I love that. That was great.
Well, did you see Cove last year?
I saw Cove last year.
Pretty powerful film about the treatment of horses, but the treatment of dolphins. So now we'll talk about the treatment of people. It's picked by both Alec Baldwin and David Nugent, our director of programming. So they work together in collaboration to pick documentaries, because Alec is a big supporter of documentaries. To help bring us all together, get great coverage, raise money to help support the arts.
And Guildhall, right?
Guildhall, and the Hampton Film Festival.
And the Hamptons Film Festival, which is a phenomenal festival.
Well,
people from all over the world present their films at the Hamptons Film
Award
Festival.
Winners we had last year.
I can't believe that.
Right, so it's a lot. We have a huge hurdle to live up to.
I interviewed Paul Giamatti right outside, right over here, and I told him, you're going to win. And he said, you really think so, Cognac? You really think I'm going to win? And I said, yes. I'm very psychic, and I know I had this feeling he was going to win, and I was right. He did win. He won the Golden Globes.
Very good.
Tell my audience, where can we go to find out more information about the Hamptons Film Festival?
Well, you go to the hamptonfilmfestival.org. We're on the website. You can go to you can call in. But, the Google world is so effective and so easy to surf the internet and find everybody.
Well, thank you so much. I enjoyed the festival.
Thank you.
And we'll be back in a moment, darlings. More interviews coming up. Big champagne kisses.
Welcome, everybody. We're here to take note of the fact that journalism is alive and well and feisty, especially at the New York Times.
Hey, did you send it? He's lying. There's two A1 meetings. 10:30 where we discuss the stories of the day and what we're going to offer. It's kind of a competition. You go in there, we fight to get on A1.
We are the New York Times, and we are dictating terms. At the tender age of 31, I still had a year left of being the violent, drug-snorting thug before I found my way to this guy, the one with a family and a job at the New York Times.
All right, well, here's the lead. The Times was really where I wanted to work from when I was very young. I always had this idea of the place where great things happen and were done.
Oh, good, my sources are starting to come out. I don't know why anybody who's a reporter isn't on Twitter.
You see him at his desk, and he just embodies everything about new media.
I still can't get over the feeling that Brian Stelter was a robot assembled to destroy me.
The old newspaper model is dying.
It's this kind of collision of two worlds, and this new world that just kind of wants to crack it all open.
So this is about WikiLeaks, which is a website. They didn't have to drop this off on the front step of NBC News or the New York Times. They just dropped it off on YouTube and waited for everybody else to find it.
The bottom line is, WikiLeaks doesn't need us. In the immediate moment, we're in the middle of cutting 100 people out of a staff.
How scared are you right now?
I've been a single parent on welfare. This is nothing.
I almost feel like I don't have a clear grasp on the enormity of the situation.
Could the New York Times, go out of business?
If you think of the history of these institutions, Watergate, Abu Ghraib, I think we're at a dangerous moment in American journalism.
Some stories are beyond the database. Sometimes people have to walk past the conventional wisdom.
They asked if anybody who wanted to volunteer for Baghdad, so I'm going to Iraq.
News is not dying.
The Times still, I think to a remarkable degree, does set the agenda.
The New York Times has dozens of bureaus all over the world, and we're going to toss that out and kick back and see what Facebook turns up. I don't think so.
Welcome back. I'm Cognac Wellerlane, and we are here at Guild Hall for the premiere of this fabulous film, Page One, which is a very riveting documentary. And I'm here with the director and the producer of the film, Andrew Rossi, and his lovely wife.
That's right, Kate Novak.
Hi. Tell my audience about this film. Why is it so riveting? Why is it so intense?
Well, Page One takes us into the New York Times and gives us a front row seat at how the journalism is that gets practiced on the media desk. The media desk is comprised of various writers, including David Carr, who's someone who has a really interesting backstory. He's a recovered drug addict, and now is writing about the implosion of media as seen in many different industries, whether it be music or print or film or the internet.
Well, we are going through a metamorphosis right now because of the internet, and nobody really can figure out what's going on and who's watching what. I mean, what do you think? What do you think people are looking at?
I think that's a really good point. I think that, David Carr actually is able to transcend the question about newspapers specifically and really, bring it to our ordinary lives. Digitization is something that's impacting all of us in so many different ways. And, Page One is a movie that tries to make us sort of think twice about some of the perils of that, some of the things we might lose, even something as important and something you would never imagine going away, like the New York Times itself.
I know. Well, I hope that never happens, because there are still people out there, darlings, that like to take the Long Island Railroad and sit with the New York Times in front of them. Isn't that true?
That's right, and many other newspapers too that are suffering from the same issues.
I still like to look at a print newspaper. I still like to look at, I'm internet famous, but I still like the newspaper and I still like magazines. I mean, who wants to bring a laptop to the beach?
That's right. I mean,
it gets ruined.
Even the iPad.
Bring an iPad on the train. Yeah. That works okay.
Yeah. On the train, it's okay. But at the beach, and I was at the beach all day today. It was 102 degrees, and I was at the beach, right? Okay, so let me ask you now, where can we learn more about this film? Where can we go on the internet to find out more information?
So Participant Media is one of our co-distributors along with Magnolia, and they're doing a whole social action campaign. And www.takepart.com/Page One is the site on the internet where you can find out much more about all the themes in the movie.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we'll be back in a moment, darlings, with more interviews right here at Guild Hall. Keep watching Pink Champagne Kisses.
Fabulously dressed to impress. One of a kind girl. This has been a Crybaby Productions, darlings.